Hi everybody, Miss Evelyn here. For today's English class, we're going to talk about fables. Let's start. Now, what is a fable? A fable is a short fictional story that teaches a lesson. We learn something from fables. It has characters that can be animals, creatures, plants, objects, and even forces of nature. A fable also has characters. Now, the characters are usually not human, but they act like human. They speak, act human, and even dress. They wear clothes like humans. Some other elements we find in fables are that they are short, they have a setting where the story takes place, the fable has a problem and a solution, and the characters are animals that act like human beings. They have a dialogue and it ends with a lesson. We always learn something from a fable. Some questions we should ask ourselves when reading a fable are, who are the characters? What people or animals do I see? Number 2, how do the characters remind me of myself or people I know? Number 3, what is the lesson? What am I learning from this fable? And number 4, how can I relate that lesson to my own life? Now let's think for a second. Last week or week before, we had read a fable titled The Boys and the Frogs by Aesop. Now in that story, it included some of the elements of a fable. It was short, it had a setting, which was the pond, it had characters who were the frogs and the boys, it had a problem. Remember the problem? The problem was that the boys were throwing rocks at the poor frogs. The lesson was to be nicer to others. And at the end, we noticed that the frogs were speaking like humans because frogs do not speak. Now, I want you to watch this short video about the lion and the mouse, and at the end, you're going to answer the following questions. Remember, watch the video, listen to the story, and you're going to identify the lesson and the elements of a fable in the lion and the mouse. Here's how you're going to do it. In your notebook, after reading The Lion and the Mouse, you're going to fill in the short and answer the question. For example, was the story short? Did it have a setting? Did it have characters? Did it have a problem or a solution? Did you learn something? Did it have a lesson? And were the animals speaking like humans? Also, you're going to answer this question. What is the moral lesson presented in the fable, The Lion and the Mouse? What do you learn? What did the mouse and the lion learn in that fable? Remember, if you have any questions, email, call me, contact teacher if you have any questions. I'll see you next class.